Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, friends. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy 2024. This is my first video on my page of the year. Hello, everyone. Guys, today we're working on these cute little designs here. So you get two for the price of one. So welcome everybody. Let me know how everybody's doing. Hi Michelle. Hey Sherry. Hi Judy. Leticia, how are you? Debbie, my friend Debbie. How are you, Debbie? And many more you will be probably be jumping on. So thank you guys. Welcome everyone. Happy 2024. I think this is officially my first video on my page, Larice. I was on a live with my group this week. And so I am glad to be now here with you guys. We worked on a bunny there, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I wanted to let you know that this is what we're working on today. Now, let me know if you see me fine or you need me to be, am I too bright? Do I need to bring down a light? How do you see me? Good? Hi, Yvette or Ivet. How are you, honey? Hey, Deborah. Okay, so these are the two projects we are working on tonight. The pattern is already available in my Etsy shop. You already probably saw the post that I made about this. So feel free to purchase this if you like it, okay? If you see in the description of the video, you will see a pin link. That link will take you straight to my Etsy shop where you can get this pattern. So you get both patterns for the price of one. That may change though. I gotta kind of make up my mind. But for now, you get both their patterns for the price of one. Okay? So take advantage of this, friends. Also, if you can do me the honors, remember that I only grow because of you. So if you can help me out by sharing this video, I would very much appreciate it. So let's get started. Should we get started? Yeah, because we have two pretties to make. So let's not go ahead and take forever. Huh? Okay, so I'm going to put these two cuties to the side. And we're going to start working on our pretty bears. Okay, so I'm going to start, guys, with one of the bear. And then we're going to be working on the other one simultaneously. Okay, now the process is very repetitive on the wrapping of the pieces. I will just let you know what the differences are so you know where you would have to do something different. But other than that, it's a repetitive process for the wrapping of the pieces and the materials you're using, okay? So we're using a combination of fabric, okay, and foam sheets, okay? So in my case, I'm using fleece fabric and I'm using felt to cover the backs. And then for the enhancements or the pretty parts of the design, I'm using foam sheets, okay? However, you can also use fabric if you choose to do that, okay? But that's what I am using. Now, many of you, I get a lot of questions about what is it? Do you hand paint them? It's not wood. You're wondering, some of you wonder if it's wood, like I painted the images on wood. No, there's no painting. There's some shading on some of the parts of the design, but I don't hand paint, okay? It's mostly, it's pretty much fabric and foam sheets, okay? And so we'll do a few kind of highlights with paint, but it's not like a painted piece, okay? You know what I mean. So let me go ahead and give you a different view, which is, I'm very excited about this. Yesterday I had a small hiccup with it because for some reason I didn't have sound, but this is what I am most excited about, okay? So let me move my computer out of the way for a second. And let's go ahead and start to work on this cutie. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up two pieces, okay? And I need the foam sheet, of course, because I need to wrap up the body of this, what the envelope would be. So let me get this really quickly, if I can find it. I should have cut it and I didn't, so we're gonna do it here live. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up, guys. We're gonna wrap up the head, okay, and then we're gonna wrap up the gift part of the design. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the head of the bear. Okay, now remember this is gonna be a repetitive process. Whatever I'm doing with this, you're gonna do with the other head for the other bear. Okay, so I already have the other one wrapped up. So, but I'm gonna show you how I did it. So I'm gonna do first of all a little bit of glue. Okay, I'm using polyfill. Okay, and the only reason I'm using the polyfill, remember, is just so the pieces won't look flat. Okay, now you can also use uh, batting. Okay, I have told you that many times. There are other materials that you can use, but I'll tell you all about them probably in the future. Okay, that work very nicely too. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the fabric around it. Okay, so I'm gonna start on the top part. Now, if you notice this piece is gonna have some sharp corners, right? So that's why I'm gonna start on the top first on these two sections, and then we move from there. I'm gonna do a little bit of that on the sides, and then I'm gonna bring this fabric here. And I'm gonna, as I am gluing this fabric, I'm gonna pay close attention to these corners, okay? Because I want that to be completely glued. And from there on, guys, I'm gonna keep on moving around the piece, okay? If the polyfill gets out of the head, okay, just push it with your fingers, okay? And here we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna add a little bit of glue there. Oh, you like them, Kathy? I love them, Kathy. I think they turn out super cute. Okay, so now we're gonna start working our way around it, okay? I put a little bit of glue there. Stick that in there. I don't want that polyfill in there, okay? Now notice how I use larger pieces of fabric, guys, because I don't measure. So I just cut a piece that is large enough that I know I'm gonna have plenty of room to wrap it with, this piece with, and that's it. But other than that, I don't measure things. Now, if you like to save fabric, well then you probably want to make sure that the fabric is only about half an inch larger than what I have in my case. I mean smaller if smaller. Or if you're cutting it, from measuring, it's just half an inch at most larger than the actual pattern. Okay, you actual foam board once you cut it. Okay, and so here's what the head looks like. Like obviously, I have excess of fabric on the back. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. We don't need this excess of fabric. It's just gonna get in the way of making the back look good and neat. So I'm cutting it off. Okay. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna have a cover on this back, but I'm not gonna do it just yet. Okay. But this is what it looks like. Now, guys, wrinkles are ugly. When you do this technique, the purpose of this technique is so you don't end up with wrinkles. You must end up with a smooth surface. If you have wrinkles, then it's because you're not pulling on this fabric or you're not taking your time to really turn the fabric on these little corners, okay? So take your time. And that's also why I highly recommend that for this technique to use fleece material every time you can, okay? I like felt, but felt tends to be a little stiff. If you have like sharp turns or corners, you're gonna struggle a little bit with the felt, but it can be done. It's not that big of a deal. You're just gonna have to be a little bit more careful with how close you are gluing your pieces, okay? All right. So, but this is what it's supposed to look like, okay? I already told you that I already have the other one, okay? Now this one I already did the highlighting with the blush, and we're gonna do that one on this too. But let's go ahead and work on the envelope piece. Okay. Now on the envelope, this is for the envelope style. Okay. I'm not gonna use any stuffing on this, okay? I'm just gonna wrap it up the way it is, straight like that. And I'm gonna use the glitter foam sheet. Now I'm gonna cut a piece, okay? I don't need it to be too much larger than what the actual cardboard piece is, okay? Does not need to be. And I'm gonna use this to wrap it around my piece. Now, you're gonna see that this part here on the side, it has some little sections, like little curves here going down. This part will be the top part. The other one does not have that. That will be the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna turn this around and I'm just gonna glue the foam sheet on here. No filling on this one, okay? I'm not gonna do polyfill on that. No polyfill. And I need to take a little bit of time on here because it's foam, okay? It's not the same as fabric. So that's why I need to hold it a little bit more or longer to make sure that it stays in place. But I'm gonna work my way through it. And I won't move until it's set, okay? So I'm not gonna move on until this is at least, it's got a good hold.